the action of God in teaching. It's not that he's just throwing it out there and then they will accept or not accept whatever else. No, they are the passive recipients of the teaching of God. And then that's also described in the one hearing, passive action. Something is coming to you from outside.
Like even just like in English, if you were to go like, did you pay attention in the lecture? Oh, I listened, but I was on my computer. And so like the word listen there, like what it's conveying, the idea would be like the words came in, but you weren't actually like paying attention. Like it's flexible, right? But whereas in another instance, say, hey, did you listen to the lecture? Yeah, I listened, as in like I paid close attention and was taking it in. Like it's a very flexible word in that way. So there's nothing inherent in akuo that it's somehow passive. It would really depend on context, and that's kind of the main thing here is like what is the context and what is it paired with. And so we've got here akuo paired with manthano. And manthano is the word for learning. So the one who hears from the Father and learns. Manthano is related to, it's the verbal form for mathetes, disciple. So like discipling, learning. A disciple is a learner. And so it's these two words are being paired together here. I was interested in this because I heard that and I went, okay, what if we go with James here? What if we say, oh, what if these are passive activities? And maybe that's like he's got some sort of nuance of the Greek that we're missing or I'm missing or something like that. And then I just went, okay, I'm going to do basic step number one. Step number one in any study of the New Testament of words, you're just going to open up a lexicon, a dictionary essentially, right? And so I did. I just opened up the typical lexicon, which is BDAG. And I went and I started reading through on akuo. And I just realized, and I went down, and one of the very first entries, it actually cites from Polybius, so a contemporary, like near to the New Testament. And one of the examples is it uses akuo and manthano with each other, and says that hearing is not the same as learning, as though learning is actually more of like takes more effort and there's something required on the part of the person. So it's not just it's not passive. Like it actually contrasts hearing and then having to learn. I'll read it to you here. This is from Polybius, the Histories, book 3. And it's at the end here, so just follow with me for a sec so you can get the context. So there's all this can be recognized and understood from general history, but not at all from the historians of the wars themselves, such as the war with Perseus or that with Philip, unless indeed anyone reading their descriptions of the battles alone conceives that he has acquired an adequate knowledge of the management and nature of the whole war. Now listen, this, however, is not at all so, and I consider that my history differs to its advantage as much from the works on particular episodes as learning does from listening. And so you see, like, even in like in common Greek speech, and of course you don't want to say like this is across the board, but this person is saying learning is very different from listening. There's an engagement, there's more to it, and so they're not the same thing. And this is just, again, this is superficial. I just went to BDAG and went, oh, hey, like that's a really big claim to say that somehow learning is just this completely passive thing, when in the cultural world around the text, you've got people saying that learning is very different from listening. So much so that you can just use it in an analogy. And so, yeah, again, White would need to back up his presupposition here. Why is he saying that? You can't just say that. You need to, like, is that a part of the cognitive world of the Greeks, of Greek speakers at the time? Would these just be understood as passive things? On what basis would you say that? Like, that's the first steps we need to take here. And do you have evidence for that? But it's just an assertion, right? And even just a basic look at BDAG would go, oh, other people are distinguishing these things.